Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of PSA for Black men with prostate cancer. And yes, I know you cannot see my face. There's a part of me that wanted to give you a great video, but if you saw me at this moment, you would not, it would not induce a level of confidence and comfort. Um, just need to bring you up to speed on what's been happening in the last few weeks since Father's Day. I think um, in the last video I talked about having this lymphocyl seroma that a drain was put in. Papa's got a brand new bag, so I've been carrying a bag with a tube in my abdomen that's draining the fluids from the lymphocyl seroma. And if at that time I was at 400 cc's of fluid for the first day, and I was trying to get down to 10 cc's before they would remove the drain. But the next day it was more like 500, and then it climbed up to 600. And I was emptying this bag every 4 hours. And so I was capturing, 180 cc's, 200 cc's, 140 cc's. So throughout the course of the day, I would add that up, and it would be over 600 cc's of fluid. And it didn't get better. It literally got worse. So, of course, I reached out to my surgeon, and he says, let me give you a referral to a lymph node specialist called an interventional radiologist, same title as the gentleman that put in the drain, except that was done at a different hospital. And my surgeon got me to an IR, interventional radiologist at UCLA. So long story short, he couldn't get me in right away. So 29th of June, I guess it's June. I don't know when we started this and what day this is today, but that's some 10 days, 11 days past the Father's Day, Papa's got a brand new bag scenario. So I'm just trying to change the scenery so you don't get too bored, but you really don't want to see me right now. Anyway, the procedure that the IR, interventional radiologist, performed on the 29th, when I could finally get in to see him, was to inject dye into the lymph nodes and see where it was leaking, and then they would apply what they call medical glue, believe it or not, glue, to patch up these leaks. And so that happened on Thursday. I will tell you now, I do not respond well to anesthesia. I don't know if you have an issue. I'm not allergic to it. In fact, I usually come out of it fairly well, and I'm alert. I'm talking to the nurses and the anesthesiologists, and they're checking vitals. Everything is good. But within 5 to 8 hours, it hits me. And so that Thursday night, they released me because I was doing okay. I stayed in the area at UCLA at a hotel. And that night was one of the worst nights because I had 101 temperature and I was chilled to the bone. So cold all night. The next day wasn't much better. And it's been kind of that way ever since. Yesterday, Sunday, I had a decent day. Temperature was down in the 90s, 98, 99 consistently. But this morning I wake up and I'm back over 100 and I'm freezing. So I'm hot and cold. I just don't respond to surgeries or procedures or anesthesia really well. I did call the on-call emergency doctor Saturday morning or Friday night after the surgery, and he said, you're just going to have to ride this out, essentially. So I've been trying to ride it out, but it's a rough ride. All right, so let me just go forward to tell you that since the surgery, my output for the drain has literally increased beyond where it was before the procedure. Yesterday it was 720, 740 cc's. So I don't know if the procedure was not successful, even though the doctor said it was very successful, or another lymph node popped open, or the glue that he used wasn't super glue. I don't know, but I'm still in this same mode that I was prior to the procedure. The procedure is called Lymphangiogram. The Lymphangiogram procedure is what I described. Injecting the dye, finding the leaks, and plugging them. So I don't know what the next step is. I do have a call into the surgeon, the IR guy that did it, to see if what the next steps might be. But I'll tell you, I'm feeling pretty lousy right now. You can see my mouse here. I don't even have my computer here, but I was trying to do some work from the bed because just getting up seemed to exacerbate the temperature rise. Part of it is, I think, my age. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. I used to be all that, but right now, I'm just up in age. I never felt like I was old. Even prior to the surgery, everybody would say, gosh, you look like you're 45. And I felt like I was 45. But truth be known, I just had my 70th birthday. So if I had this whole thing done when I was 60 or 50 or however soon I could have captured it, found it, I might have very different results right now. My body may react very differently than it's reacting right now. So that's why I'm encouraging all you brothers, get your PSA checked ASAP. If you're 50, get it checked. If you're 45, get it checked. If you're 60, get it checked. Get this thing done sooner rather than later. Now, beyond the fact that I don't respond well to anesthesia, I do think possibly, the old organs inside my body don't reflect what the outside of my body might look like. So age, I think, does have a little bit of a factor. But so next steps, I'm going to wait for the doctor to call me, and we'll figure out what to do next. He did say he had another procedure if this didn't work. So I'm kind of hoping that might be the ticket, but hoping is about the future and the anticipation and anxiety. And there's something that I was doing prior to even knowing I had a lymphocytoma. I was taking walks until it got too painful. And while I was on my walks, I was listening to an audiobook. And I'll just share it with you. It's an audiobook called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've read that book years ago, but to hear it in audio form in his voice was pretty amazing, and it just recentered me toward really where my power lies, how to disconnect from that monkey mind that wants to take you into the worry of the future or the regrets of the past, or even the memories of the good memories of the past. Yeah, you should have those and you should recognize those, but know that that's not where your power lies. So what I'm doing is re-establishing this power of now in myself, I've used it over the years. It's worked so very well for me in the past. I just kind of lost my way around that with all of these issues. And that's easy to do when you get hit blindsided or T-boned with something like this. All right, so I hope this isn't too boring, just hearing the audio, but you really don't want to see me. So Power of Now, it reminds me of Eastern medicine. And there was a video, Greg Braden did a video, you might be able to find it online, where he was with the Eastern doctors, and they had a patient on the table who had a tumor, and you could see it on the scope. And they used energy, mindfulness, and they helped the patient use his mind. And over time, as you watch that picture of the tumor, it got smaller and smaller. Not right away. It took an hour or more, maybe 2 hours or 3. But here I am, 5 days past this procedure. I would take 3, 4, 5 hours of Eastern medicine over this any day. But it just shows you that we do have the ability to heal ourselves. We have the ability to generate amazing energy from within. We're connected to a life source that has the infinite intelligence of the universe. And we often forget that we are those beings. I am that being. I am. What does I am mean? That's now. Not I will be, not I was, I am. So this power of now is so important, especially as you go through your challenges and I'm going through mine. It is a wake-up call, number one. Number two, it is a very enlightening, it just gives me gratitude to know that I have that. And I'm going to use that. I am using that. So that's the only way I'm making this video. I just didn't want you to see me. But as with a temperature over 100 and the chills going through the core of my body, I'm still making this video because I'm just talking about right now. This is a now moment. And I want you to take advantage of your now moment. All right, that's it. It's a long video, audio, I should call it. But hopefully it meant something to someone. You have the current status. And just be with me in this moment so that you can learn as well how to master these types of circumstances and situations. All right, that's it for now. We'll talk again soon. Take care, everyone.